Hello YouTube, Moostro here with Twin Lakes Megamod in the city of Banished. Let's get into it. Alright, so I'm thinking about long-term development for my town and where exactly I want to situate a downtown area. And I'm kind of liking this strip of land that is next to the lake, being the downtown area. It is a little bit weird, a little skinny at spots, and I may need to flatten out a mountain to make the most out of it. And then this half of the lake over here being used for the development. This means I need to consider future forestry centers and how they're going to support the expansion of the town. And some spots that I've considered putting a forestry center, I've considered one in this location. However, it would make me have to flatten this mountain if I wanted to get an optimal forestry center. So I'm going to avoid doing that one. Over and up here is actually not a terrible spot for a forestry center. In fact, I might even consider putting one in there. Yeah, right where that knoll is. That's the site of a future forestry center. And then another forestry center, and the one that I've dropped down is right down here. You can see the circle for where I'm wanting it. This requires minimal terrain adjustments. I'll probably leave these mountains as is. It can feed up to this area here if I want to do a little bit of development here, or it could feed down to the bottom of the map down here. But I want to focus on getting forestry centers up and running so that I can have gatherers, because I sense that food's going to be an issue with not a lot of good spots to run crops at. I mean, maybe there are, but I want to get the city as big as possible, and I know that larger cities rely on industry more than agriculture. So I want to make the focus of my development industry. As such, I need to have gatherers supporting the food until my industry can trade for food. So let's let time run. I don't have a pool of builders and laborers, and so that's going to be a bit of an issue. If we're going to be putting our forestry center here, it might be worth putting in houses to let people live at in this vicinity. So I discovered the red ketchup forestry square, and I really fell in love with that. It's just clean looking, and so I'm going to transition to making this my main forestry design. There's the road. And I know I could make it denser and have that density allow for slightly better productivity, but I also want it to look clean. So I'm going to put just a little bit of space in there. Stone, we'll take the stone. And to up my pool, I think I'm gonna pull one person from the shore hut. Right now I'm a little understocked on food producers. My fishermen are not really there. So it might be worth considering taking in some nomads, although I am really educated right now at 99%. Let's just throw the lowest nomad sign out. 2%, that'll bring in 2 people, and that could be nice. Some people have started working that area, that's good. We'll grab another log cabin. One back, one over. Okay. I'll just let time do its thing for a bit. One thing I did notice also is that I'm sucking up all my iron making cannons, and I probably don't have enough iron production right now, so we're just going to focus on letting this guy not absorb all the iron. I know I've got a pretty high tool count. In fact, it might be worth storing more tools in my traders. Let's do that. $150 carbon steel tools. Let's put struggling to keep that population going. Take 100 stone. Let's put priority on this house down here. Okay. I'm just going to kind of sit here and let time run. Hopefully my population can start to do a little bit of recovery. Let's pull some miners out. We don't need people pulling copper and tin out of the mountain because we're not really using those, and we don't need people pulling salt because we're probably backed up with salt. But we do want iron and coal, so we'll keep those 2 alive. Is there another mine somewhere that's mining? Oh, this one over here. Yeah, we don't need a miner working there. Okay, that'll give us a couple of people to work with. Cheapest one is white mulberry. That's, I don't know, 320? 440, that would be another 55, 375. So while I'm not planting these crops, I do want to have the availability to later on. So I go ahead and buy them. My perfume isn't being replaced. I wonder why that is. Well, $40 perfume for 160 iron ore. All right. $60, $70, $80. Let's keep fuel at 8,000. I'm getting a bit of a geriatric spiral with the old people dying off. It's important to regularly put down houses every year so that you're kind of regularly replenishing the pool of people. And I think that when I started developing my industry zone, I had failed to do that. How's my storage? Is there a way to look at your... Because my traders are not replenishing their supply. I don't know what's going on there. Got 2 nomads. That should maybe, hopefully, help us get these houses over here up and running. Dismiss. Maybe we'll unpause one of those houses. I want to pause the forestry center and get the house up and going first. Beef cows. Do I want to buy beef cows? No, I think I'm going to dismiss those for now. Although they would have provided leather and that would have been good. Well, too late now. $60. Dismiss. Oh good, we've got that house up. If we can start to get people moving in there, that would be beneficial. And a couple of nomads could help with that. Do I have... I don't have a spot to put people. Two people are starving. Oh. Boo. They spawned in a spot that they couldn't get to town. The curse of the map. Oh, they keep walking the resources back. I didn't put a stockyard here. That definitely is absorbing some fat time of theirs. Let's put a stockpile right there, and we'll actually prioritize the stockpile. That should save them some trips. I can't believe I've done this. Stockpile done. That should shorten some trips for the laborers to help build out these things. Just a little bit. In fact, we can do a little bit of clearing of the land. Now, where'd you come in at? Now, of course you came in at a spot that you can't access. I'm gonna drop in a couple of bridges. Bridge for crossing that. Bridge for crossing that. I can get across that one. Let's do a bridge for crossing that. Oh, oak tree seeds. Those are cheap. I don't know what they do for us, but hazelnut, watermelon, bamboo, rye. I do like rye, but let's dismiss you for now. Take the 130 logs. And you can actually pull a worker off of that. Excellent. Got the forestry center. We are slowly getting this area built up. It's taking its time, but can't rush the game. So this forestry center, in order to put buildings in here, you have to put these 4 center paths down. And then they've got specific buildings that fit in those slots. So when our builders get those in, wait, what's low? Oh, iron. Yeah, we know the iron is low. So we're going to put a storage here. That'll allow anything that's harvested, doesn't have to be walked as far. We're going to get this forestry center built for this episode. That's the goal. Beef cows. Let's do it. 3 beef cows, 2,400. I need an additional 160. This means I need a spot for the beef cows. These cows will get moved eventually, but no. Oh, look at you. Stuck over on the other side of the river again. Nope, that creek looks too dangerous to cross. Couldn't possibly walk up or down the creek and find a safer spot to cross. Nope, couldn't cut this tree down, knock it over. Nope, we're just gonna mill over here and wait until we die. I'd rather starve to death than try to wade across this creek. Stupid citizens. Where are we even on the map? There's a lake? Another lake? Oh, that one. Yeah. That's a nice lake. I like it. It's actually a fairly natural looking shape. Most of the lakes, unfortunately, in Banished all seem to be pretty much circles. Good. Now we want another cabin. And if we're going to do that, we will get a gatherer in the place next. Do we have cabbage? I'm pretty sure we have cabbage, yeah. Canola would give me, yeah, let's just pass. In order to make that one, we need fancy homewares, which means we need to make silverware. I don't think we can make silverware. Unless we mine silver. was that one. Okay, slowly. Then if we're doing this right, we probably want a hunter in there. Our pasture's up, which means we can move the beef cows into there. That'll help us get our leather supply. What are our housing needs like? Definitely have more homes than we need. We're going to employ 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. We're going to employ 12 people here, so I think 6 houses is the ideal amount down here. Now, where are you guys? Oh, you're actually in town. That makes me happy. And the last thing that we'll want in this forestry center is the actual forester. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like we had some empty gatherers. There we go. Our food is still doing okay. We do have an unhoused person. This house, if we make this a priority, maybe we could get them housed. Or it might be time for us to actually have a boarding house. Let's do that. Let's get a boarding house. Not a very happy Blakisha. I'm sorry, Blakisha, that you're not happy. But you are making coats for us, so we appreciate that. Maybe if we get our coat quantity up and people start being properly dressed. Let's see, like ragged clothing. Yeah, a lot of people with ragged clothing. That clothes was it's a problem I ignored for a long time. Okay, now that that forestry center is more or less up and running, I need to consider where else. I think I'm going to get rid of this forestry here. Let's just, well, we'll leave it until I actually build there. This forestry area needs a rework, but this is also the strip of land that I think is going to be our downtown strip. Do 60 for 240. Our firewood is having trouble keeping up now, so add a worker there. Turn that into a larger log cabin. It'll be larger and it will thus be more efficient. Plus it only had one person living in it, and I like to upgrade buildings when there's only one person living in it. These people have to travel quite a ways to get firewood, so I think putting a fire cutter on the edge there, or maybe even I do a sawmill over there on the river, because sawmills have the ability to make lumber or firewood. Bundling shed. Different types of sawmills. So there's that one, but I know there's another one out there that I like. This one's kind of pretty and a little more rustic, I think. How many people? Allows up to 3 cutters, very fast work speed available. Yeah, let's do that. Is there different kinds today? Oh, that white and red one. That's pretty. Is that the one I want? That's the one that I want. Let's trade that out. Okay, so I think that's good for the episode. We got one of our forestry centers up and running. I think in the next episode we might consider a second forestry center. We got a new source for cutting firewood, which will be good, as we will want to cut the firewood that this guy pulls out of the forest. Our population got absorbed, so we again have to wait for the population to kind of build up before we do another building spree like this one. So I'm gonna sign out here, let time run for a bit, and see if we can get a labor pool up and running again for the next episode. So this is Moostro, thanking you for watching the town of Twin Lakes in Banished Megamod. Have a good evening.